You ever get feeling sometimes you're on the struggle bus? Well, today we're on the struggle bus. But the good thing about the struggle bus is you can fix it. Get off the struggle bus. Welcome everybody. My name is Alister, the host of The Modernist, and today, yes, we are in a string. So definitely a favorite of mine. So I'm I'm in my little happy place today. This is a cool house. It's a duplex. We did originally a 2-bed, 2-bath way back a few videos ago of a freestanding non-duplex, but the architectural plans for that came from customers asking Carter Sparks, could he do a single freestanding non-duplex home on the 2-bedroom floor plan? So we are in a duplex today, but we are in the 3-bedroom floor plan. So this is essentially, it's a duplex, we're in a halfplex, if that makes any sense. So the unit next door would be the 2-bedroom, but we're in the 3-bedroom floor plan today. And I'll walk you through it because we haven't been in one of these. And there's some pretty cool things in here, some unique features that are unique to the duplexes that you don't get in the atrium homes. And so we'll go from there. So right now we are this is the front door. If I do this, okay, there is the front door. Massive, massive long hallway behind me. So the duplexes always tend to be perpendicular. The hallway runs to the road, so it makes like a T-junction. This house has some of its originality is left in, which is really cool to see. So one of the things you do see, let's go outside, a little loud out here, but anyway, is right here. Most of the doors in this house are original, and they still have their original aluminum door hinges. So as we know, that was a big Carter Sparks thing. What is kind of cool, so this house is built in '73, so the door hardware, it's kind of like this deadbolt, which is, I've never seen one done like this. It's pretty creative. So there's your deadbolt, like that, right? And then you've got this little like security chain that sits on the top and goes across. So kind of a 2-in-1. I've never seen that, and I want my bed, and that's from '73. That's original. And then what I do like is we do have glass window. This has been frosted to kind of make it more secure, or sort of a security window. And this is all in its original frame. Usually this will suffer dry rot over the years. This one still exists. It's kind of nice. So like I said, this is the front door we walked in. That is a rather long hallway down to the back of the house, but we're gonna go right in front to the master, which this is all gonna look familiar to that one home that we did originally. Back, I think it was the very early days of the videos. So you'll see a lot of things different, but this is a 3-bedroom, and now I can see how they fit the 3-bedroom in. So there's some things on the 3 beds that are missing on the 2-bedroom homes, and we'll go over why and why that is. You'll see the differences. So first off, front of the house, got this really big window. Obviously, it's a string, but this one has blinds. Originally, that would have had the concertina, kind of like the fold-in. I'll show you, like the closet doors are in front of me here, but behind the camera. They would have been like that originally. I've never seen it done like this because obviously it's angled, right? So they've angled the blind and then clipped the bottom so they're all level. Very rarely do you see it done that way. It was kind of cool. It's an ad. I would take it out and put the originals in, but that's me. So originally the front windows would have had curtains. They would have had doors just like these closets. So we're in the primary, and then there is the primary bath. So you come down this hallway. They have closets on either side, right? And then you come into here. This has been changed. So like I said, we talk about being on the struggle bus and how to get off the struggle bus. Parts of this house have had the mid-mod taken out of it, and other parts of it has been completely left alone. So bathroom door closes, and then there's a shower stall right there. Okay. So people, when you look at the layouts of these homes, you have the shower stall here, but then you've got this, what's there? Well, that's the HVAC unit in the hallway, which I'll show you. So it kind of eats into the fact that you only end up with a small shower stall. Like I said, see, someone's put in a pedestal sink. That would have been a plywood wall-mounted vanity originally, which I would put back in. I mean, this, yes, it creates pedestal, nice amount of room, but I like my mid-mods mid-mod. But it's beautifully done. Not gonna, you can't knock that. Put some more lights on. So again, look at that. Skylights galore in this house. Really, really cool. It's an absolute favorite. I do like this house. So there we go. Out to here. So what I like about this house on the front, out here, you see, there is a fence because we're on a busy road, so it sort of hides everything. But the other thing it hides, this house, they're using it as a place to put their trash cans, so they're out of view, out of sight. You know, well, it seems kind of tidy, which I do like. So we come out of the primary. There is a closet right there in the hallway. You're gonna come down here, okay? And what we've got is, this is your laundry room. And remember that recess I showed, it eats into the bath? It's actually not the HVAC unit, it's the hot water heater. So what I would do, making these homes a little more modern today, I would take that out. I would make that a tankless, put it on this side, and then this, I mean, it's not cheap to do, but how picky you want to be, right? But you could get a bigger shower in the primary, because now you just take this wall out, bring it out here flat. You still get a washer dryer in this room. You've got a skylight, again, lots of light, and then you can end up with a larger primary shower, but not a stall. And then you end up with a tankless water heater, which on a single story building, tankless water heaters, they're amazing. They're the way to go. So this is where we're gonna differentiate now from that 2-bed. This is a 3-bed, this is a 3-bedroom home. So bedroom number 1. Okay, let's do this, walk in, typical mid-mod windows. The windows in this house have been updated, been nicely done in actual fact. They fit, they do fit the style. They do work. Again, hardware, look at this, see, these have been painted over on one side, unfortunately, but they're original door hinges. As we know, Carter Sparks loved and was adamant with the Strang Brothers aluminum door hinges, save weight. I mean, it's not you're gonna pick the house up or move it, but he was all about lightweight, modern day materials. Back then, aluminum was the thing. And so this house, it's nice to see that, really nice. HVAC units, they're always in the hallways on a string. They're loud, but there we go. So the other thing, something you have to notice on these. So Eichlers used to put the HVAC system on the roof, which we've discussed before. So what did the Strang Brothers do to solve that? They did this. So they put it above the ceiling in the hallway, and in the bedrooms, see, look, I can't touch the ceiling very sharp. See that ductwork right there? There, above my head? See? So then it kind of just ran off the central hall to heat, cool all the rooms, and not put it on the roof, below the roof, but then also above the ceilings inside the home. So what that ended up with, your hallways in a string, see, I can touch that. But in the bedroom, I can't hit the ceiling. So that's literally how they did it. That was a string thing, or Carter Sparks. But very, very cool. So this is where we get different here. This is where the floor plan changes on this house, very, very slightly. So there is bedroom number 3. Okay, so if you remember that first duplex, which was a freestanding 2-bed, but off of the duplex floor plan, it had an atrium. So bedroom, again, just kind of comes so you get a size for the rooms. Okay, and again, original doors, and someone, although painted over half of them, kept the door hinges. So I'd remove all the door hinges, paint strip them down, and put them back on. Bath, so full bath. Again, watch this. You notice how the light changed in here as I was walking around, right? Skylights, love it. This bathroom, again, so remember how we talked in the master, they put in a pedestal sink, right? This has been left, see? This is the original vanity for the bathroom. So that's why I call this house, it's a bit of a struggle bus, but you can really take it back. It's not that complicated to do. And then they were all kind of mounted off the floor. So there we go. So this, and again, remember we talked about HVACs, right? So there's my ceiling, can't touch it, but it runs, there's your vent over the door. And this, I'm not even tiptoeing, I can reach that. So there's the difference between an Eichler and a Strang, and one of the main issues that was with a Eichlers was the HVAC system sits in the sun. I mean, you know, the ductwork's on the roof, so you're telling it to blow cold air, and it sounds like, yeah, no. So next thing you know, your HVAC system in your house is like an asthmatic blowing down a straw. It's not gonna cool your house. So always go with a Strang. I know, Eichler's the Gucci, that's the brand, everyone's heard of Eichler, but go with a Strang, better house. Here's something else, completely unrelated to mid-mod, but just homeowner in general. I don't know why they do this. I've seen it, some homes the correct way. So That's AVAC. See that? This carbon monoxide sensor. Carbon monoxide is a heavy gas. So this is mounted shoulder height. When that goes off, it's probably too late. They need to be mounted down here. Nice and low. Whoops. Nice and low on the ground. So the second you know you've got a leak, that thing's going off and everybody's safe. Home inspectors miss this all the time. I think it's just required to have one. It's not required where the heck they put it, but for safety reasons, folks, stick them on the floor, okay? As low to the floor as possible. It's just safer that way. And when you're dealing with carbon monoxide, with that gas, I mean, it takes up the oxygen in the home, which we need to breathe. So the sooner that thing's going off, the safer you are. So put them down as low as you possibly can. I think some people, they get nervous if they have a dog, a puppy, especially a Labrador. Those things will chew anything, right? But I don't know. I would put them down low. So this is the room. Now we're in the living room, dining room, and this is where the 3-bedroom home takes on a whole different look and floor plan because of that 3rd bedroom. So there's some things here there's 2 things you don't get in a 3-bedroom, which the one thing you get, you're in a string. So that makes me smile. But there's 2 things that you don't get that Carter always put in his homes. So you ready? We'll do this. There's a pan of that room. Can you figure out what you're not getting? That's it. You're not getting a fireplace and you're not getting a skylight for an atrium. That 2-bedroom unit behind me, over my right shoulder here, had a very small atrium. And over my left shoulder, had a very traditional Carter Sparks fireplace. But this wall has to come all the way out to accommodate that 3rd bedroom. So you would just lose the space in here for a fireplace. And there's no room for an atrium. So you don't get one. Simple as that. Still a cool house. It's still a string. I'd buy it. Yeah, these are cool. So, kitchen. This is where I get a little bit disappointed, but it's an easy fix. So this kitchen, sadly, yeah, she was kind of attacked by the 90s. We've got that should be Formica. What is nice, the cabinets in here, they're all original. Absolutely, plywood, just as they were intended. These are absolutely the original cabinets. I always get like, oh, that's paperwork for the appliances. I always get like when you see paperwork now after the one house we did where we found the architectural drawings, I always get excited about that stuff. Originally, see like these light fixtures. Oh yeah, there's one of those too. We'll pass over that. They're not mid-mod. They're nice. It's nicely done. It's not staged mid-mod, which is also kind of, I would have staged it mid-mod. But it's beautifully staged. It's just not staged mid-mod. But you got lights. See, we've got this is the wall sconces in the kitchen. The lights. All these lights are easy. Take them out, put in mid-mod lights. That's what I would do. We'll go outside too. There's a couple of things, interesting little tidbits out there that also make this a string. When you look at it, you're like, yeah, that's a string. But this kitchen's kind of cool. But originally, this kitchen, that would have come all the way across. That would have been a cooktop. And then this here, although original, probably would have had a cabinet come across. Let's do this so it's better, right? So this island would have had a cabinet come out to here, and then would have been a double oven in here because you would have had a cooktop, not a stove. So this has been, this counter, kitchen counter, that's been chopped, cut in to put the stove in. And like I said, back in the day, originally would have had a cooktop. So this has what you would call like a manufactured floor, right? And actually as agents, you can't technically use brand names, but it's not a wood floor, but it is beautifully done, and it's done through the whole house. I would leave that. It's a mid-mod update. That is tasteful. It is beautifully done. They got the planks lying lengthwise, so this hallway, it looks even longer than it is because the planks just run straight up that hallway. We've got double sliders. Not the original sliders, and nicely done. They're not out of place. Absolutely beautifully done. Again, like I said, the HVAC systems, the ductwork and a string, they run them straight down the hallway, so you see the difference. Now here you can see the difference in ceiling heights of why strings are that way. Because you get it a lot. People walk in and are like, why do I feel like I'm Alice in Wonderland here trying to go through the door down this hallway? Well, it's because the HVAC unit is under the main roof, but above the ceiling on the inside. So it's not struggling. So yeah, see, stay off the struggle bus. So, and then that puts your ductwork right there. So that's your living room, dining room, and then we're gonna go out. So we got these double sliders, right? So let's go outside. And outside, so strings, they have, you ready for this? There's actually a string next door too, another duplex. So you get some string neighbors. So let's do this, you ready? So, well, talk about being on the struggle bus. We had a little bit of a video error there. So when you watch this on YouTube, you'll see that it's spliced together as 2 videos. But no big deal. Welcome back, right? I'm back off the struggle bus. So kind of ironic, right? You kind of get a theme going for a video and then it happens to yourself. But I like that stuff, you know, reality kicking in, right? So we were on beams. So right above my head there, see this? Strang Brothers homes, traditionally the beams always extended past. And they're out in the weather, they're out in the element, they're out in the sun, they're out in the rain. So here in Sacramento, especially with all that heat, you get dry rot, and boy do you get dry rot. So these beams have been repaired, all of them, all the way across, all 3 of them, and I assume they've been done on the other unit next door. So what typically what happens is let's do this without the sun. Let's look at the sun in my eyes, not the cameras. So see this right there? What you'll do is right here, they'll saw this off at an angle, plop on a fresh beam, and then this one has had plates bolted through to hold the beam. So that ain't going anywhere. And I'm actually feeling this, the paint on here is super thick. So you're not gonna have any future issues moving forward here of dry rot. Just let's keep the paint touched up. So that's kind of nice to see that. And it's been, like I said, it has been fixed all the way across. So that's a nice touch. If you're buying this house, that's a nice thing to have fixed. Because on a string, that's a repair. It's what makes people nervous. It's not terribly expensive to do, but there is a way to do it right. And this house has been done correctly. It's been done right. So it is nice to see. Another way to prevent it is they'll put these little aluminum caps on the top and then flip up the edges. And they'll do it downward angle so when it rains, the water hits the aluminum, gets in the grate, and then just runs off the front of the beam, not the back of the beam. Kind of look like those old school, like, what's that, that TV show, The Flying Nun? Kind of looks like those hats, but they're in aluminum and they stretch over the wood. So that's the only thing I would add to the replacement of these beams, but that's it. So there you go, a little tidbit of owning a string, right? The maintenance side of it. It's really not that hard, but there are certain things you want to do just to make your home last. So let's lock those, that's done. And then while we're out there, this backyard, it is mostly bricked, paved, but there is a little box there for a veggie garden, which I like, as we've talked about before. Yes, I do have a green thumb, that I do like. So we're gonna go all the way down this long hallway that seems to take forever, longer than it does because of that wood floor is done the right way, right, lengthwise, out the front door. And we're gonna show you one last feature that I love on these string duplex homes. Another thing that we're gonna talk, so this does have a carport, okay? So if we come down the driveway a bit, so you can see this, we're outside, so it's gonna get loud vibration on the main road. But there it is, carport, no garage. There's the main house. There's that fenced off area I was talking about. Because you are on the main road, and it acts as a sound barrier to the primary. Because when I was in there, you couldn't hear this traffic. And then, like I said, you could make this outdoor seating. You could even put some potted plants here to create more of a sound barrier, and you could sit out here. Wouldn't be a bad spot. I mean, it's private. It's not the quiet of spaces, but it is private. But if you put some plants in there, natural sound barrier, and then on this side, I would double it up. I would make those plants a lot taller, put them up there. And like I said, you kind of have a natural sound barrier. But anyway, here's the other neat feature about mid-mods, where you don't need to rely on your neighbors when you go, or string mid-mods, when you go on vacation. They do the mail slot outside, behind a locked door. And there it is, a storage unit. I love these duplexes. That should be a dome light, not brass. Like I said, struggle bus. So that's what I would do. They're gonna lock that door. But this is a really cool house. So there's 2 styles of duplexes that Carter Sparks or Strings did. There's these ones where the carport is on the opposite sides of each unit. So the units share a living wall, primary, bath, kitchen, dining room. That whole wall is shared with the neighbor. And on the other side, the neighbor is reverse, so you're sharing the same wall with them. What Carter Sparks came up in a very creative way on his later duplexes was he put the garage on one side for one unit, and then on the other unit made it the middle of the duplex. So the shared wall is the garage wall, not a living space wall on either side. So there's a living space wall butting up to the garage on each unit. So it's very, very creative. There is a community here in Sac in South Natomas of just those, the whole community is just those duplexes. So there's one coming up. I'll try and get a video so if I can get in and do it and explain. But his garages on those homes were one in the middle and one on the outside, not on the both outer edges of the duplex, if that makes any sense. But so this is still pretty cool. I've never been in a 3-bedroom. I'm glad we got in a 3-bed today. The listing agent, once again, is a fellow Lyon agent, Sally Dunbar. So she's also with Lyon. So thank you very much. I really appreciate you letting me do this. I will put the asking price. This is $395, which in Sacramento, that's a good price point to get in. I know some parts of the country that's not cheap. Here in Sacramento, that's affordable living. Sounds scary, but yes, $400K, that's an affordable home. And this one's nicely done. This obviously is going to be discussed, right? There's some things I would take out of it to put it back in as original state. But as a whole, that's a pretty cool house. So yes, once again, thank you, Sally Dunbar. Everybody, be good to each other, humans. Have a great day. And please, thank you very, very much. I do appreciate you watching the channel. Take care. Bye-bye.